the amount of women that have come to me and confided in me and have told me that they left because of me and because of how I speak about it, the women that are still in but are at least venting to me and reaching out to me, people are my voice is their voice.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are going to be talking about Caitlyn, or 599 to Damn She's Fine. We've actually talked about Caitlyn in the past. That first video was her talking about how she wanted to leave FEEDERISM, but she was actually in an extreme version of that she called FEEDERISM, and it was actually a really interesting video. This really explains how someone can go down that road, especially if you're someone that maybe doesn't have those feelings. But I feel like if you have been at a point where you feel like you felt like, what's the point? I feel useless. No one cares about me. To then get all that attention, it would be very hard to just say, no, this isn't the right attention, right?
You can tell me I'm fat. You can tell me I'm a whale. You can call me a piggy. But at the end of the day, I'm still cute. And I feel like that was a little rare in that community. So people jumped onto me and were really drawn to me in that community, and it really fucked with me hard, and I began actively gaining.
But Caitlyn has actually lost about 150 pounds and she's doing really well on her journey. But there have been some things that have happened on TikTok where she's talked about death feederism and how people have reacted to her wanting to leave, as well as a gym clip that I think is really, really interesting and very inspiring that I wanted to go over today. This is the first video that I wanted to go over, and it is captioned with, "I'm not going to stop being the voice for the ones who can't speak up." And she's kind of talking about how people in death feederism kind of want her to continue going down that road. And so I'll just kind of let her speak.
I left the FEEDERISM community officially 7 months ago. I stopped being active in the community 9 months ago. And I am still being outreached and contacted and money sent to my PayPal and comments about to go get food. And today I had...
So it's really interesting because, I mean, obviously with this stuff, like, everyone feels like it's so easy to just be like, oh, just don't, you know, just move on from it. But a lot of times, especially with things like this, there's always kind of remnants that stick around. And so dealing with that when you are trying to leave, I can understand how it would be difficult. You know, I can imagine someone that's, you know, getting over a drug addiction, right? And they have friends or people that they used to hang out with that were into that with them, getting reached out to by these people. It's definitely, I'm sure it's definitely triggering, right? It's very frustrating.
Someone find me on Facebook under my personal name, not the name that I used in the community. And I'm gonna post the screenshot, but they gave their opinion about my experience in the community. And I'm gonna let you read it, and then I'm gonna talk about it.
So basically, right, this is someone that saw that Caitlyn had tried to leave, she was having issues with her weight and stuff and wanted to leave to save her life, right? And then they go on to say this, right? So it says, "Some girls like the extreme. I'm sorry you didn't, and it was your experience. In my opinion, that isn't how it should be, but that's my opinion. I will not fault anyone that wants to go to the extreme. It's not my business, hun. There are fetishes that are far worse. Mukbang is all over YouTube with everybody and anyone that wants to do it at any size monetized. That's FEEDERISM. Anyone that thinks otherwise, my God, it's commercialized FEEDERISM." I think like how it's the way that it is turned into. Yeah, I guess you could say that, but I think that there are plenty of people that are doing quote unquote mukbangs that don't have any intentions of them being feeder content. Like, the way that it started was for people just to have someone to eat with. And I don't know, like, you can call me naive or whatever, but I think that I just disagree. Like, I think if someone that's probably in this world, they see that, and if it's something they're into and it's a kink of theirs, you know, they're going to be, you know, excited regardless. So like for them, maybe they see it that way, but I don't think that everyone that's doing it has some ulterior motive that it is a, you know, some feeder content and they're like hiding stuff. There are plenty of people that are doing that, and I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I think saying that everyone that's doing it is, I don't know, I disagree. But He says, you may, or they say, you said you made and may still make money off of it. I think you can lose weight and still perform, unless that is iffy for you, unless it might pull you back in. And again, nothing wrong with it. I just want you to do what you want to, is what it says. And so I don't know. Yeah.
I have been sitting with this for a little bit, and yes, I was extreme. My experience in the FEEDERISM community was on the extreme side, and he acknowledges that. But also lets me know that if I want to go back, I can, and I can make money doing it. And he supports that. Like, what kind of mind fuckery is this? Like, I haven't been active in that community in 9 months. I officially left 7 months ago. Like, I just want it to end. I just want it to be over. And
I think part of it is like people that are really entrenched in something like that because they get so much joy out of it, and maybe it's not affecting their lives, right? Maybe they're not someone that's, you know, gaining a significant amount of weight. It's hard for them, and I'm not trying to defend this person, but it's hard for them to understand that someone might want to leave because that is their best interest, right? They're like, I don't understand. This is something that I really enjoy, and it seemed like you enjoy it. I think a lot of people really struggle with understanding that some people are putting on an act. Like, they are faking it. They are faking that they enjoy something, or maybe they did enjoy it for a bit, but then they have to feel like they have to fake it eventually because they don't enjoy it anymore. And then eventually they're like, you know, I'm done doing this. A lot of people really struggle with understanding it, that people might not be enjoying it as much as they thought they were.
I can't heal from all that trauma when it's still coming up in my life. I really don't know how to process all of this. And that was just like a snippet of everything he sent to me. But like, and like, I get it. I put myself out there. I get it. Like, once something's on the internet, it's on the internet forever. And I get that. And I had people very close to me tell me this. And
I mean, and that is a good point. Like, it is something that you have to really think about. Like, with anything on the internet, like, really, really think about the fact that this will almost always live forever. Especially if it's something that's a little iffy. You know, there are people that are going to screenshot that, they're going to save it, and it is going to be online forever, right? And so, like, before you get into anything like that, really think to yourself, am I okay with people in 10, 15, 20 years finding this stuff out?
And I still did the things that I did to feed my addiction to food. And those things led me into a really dark, scary place within the FEEDERISM community. But like, I'm done. And I just want to be left alone from that community. And like, I know that me talking so publicly on my size platform about the community is the reason I'm getting a lot of backlash from the community.
For sure.
And I know that if I stop talking about it, it will, like, the attention won't be on me. But the amount of women that have come to me and confided in me and have told me that they left because of me and because of how I speak about it, the women that are still in but are at least venting to me and reaching out to me, people are dying. And like, my voice is their voice. I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, I can only imagine how hard that must be to deal with, like, knowing that there are other people that are in a really bad position, right, that you yourself have been in, and knowing that there are plenty of other people that are basically in that position or even worse positions and wanting to help them, right? And like people that want help, but maybe they're not getting all the help that they need, or they're not actually reaching out fully. It can be really difficult. But speaking on Caitlyn, I wanted to share this video, and this one was one that was sent to me a couple times actually on TikTok, where Caitlyn had a quote, a bad experience in the gym, but also it turned it into a positive thing, right? And so I just wanted to share this because I feel like a lot of times when we're talking about gym experiences now, it's always so negative and it's so charged. I feel like it's always someone against someone else. And I feel like this is a really good and inspirational story that I wanted to share because I think that what Caitlyn did here was really cool. And like the way that she handled it was awesome, in my opinion.
Come with me to the gym for a 5:30 in the morning workout. I started with chest press. I went up in weight every set. I did 3 sets, 12 reps. It felt really good. Then it was the lat pull down. And this is where the gym takes a turn.
So the problem was that Caitlyn struggled getting up off of the lat pull down. Sorry, I'm kind of spoiling it, but she did a whole TikTok kind of talking about this experience. And this is kind of where it all centers around. And like, I think like one thing that a lot of people struggle with that I deal with, like when I have clients or just I'm answering questions, if I'm streaming or something like that, people are like, I want to go to the gym, but I'm afraid of what people will think of me or how many people will look at me. And I feel like this is a perfect example of how we think that we're, I guess, like more important. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but we just assume that everyone's watching us, right? Because we're only in our own brains and we just like, we only see the world through our eyes. But in reality, everyone at the gym is usually, for the most part, there to do their own thing and get their own workout done, get in and out and do what they need to do, right? And so that's a perfect way to look at this experience, right?
It was in this moment that I knew I fucked up. However, did I learn my lesson? I did not. I tried to move the thing up more to see if that would help me getting up next time. It was at the highest it could be, but I was gonna keep going and try again. So I did another set and I was just panicking for what was about to come. I then again attempted to get up after that set and was more stuck this time than last time. And I started to panic, as you can see.
So the first thing I want to say is that I can understand being panicked, but like my advice, if you are in this position, like with the lat pull downs, is just let the weight go. Like if it makes a noise, it makes a noise. No one cares, right, at the gym. I don't know if it doesn't look like this is like a Planet Fitness where like some alarm is going to go off and you're going to get in trouble, but let the weight go and then use the pad that's on your legs to stand yourself up, right? Like when I get up from this machine, a lot of times I'll just let the weight go and, you know, push myself up. Like there's no shame in like making noise at the gym, and you know, if you end up like, you know, letting go of the handles and it kind of like clink, but then you're able to stand up, like, yeah, that's what my recommendation would have been.
I'm scared and might as well do another set. Still panicking. Might as well do another set while I'm sitting here struggling, contemplating how do I get out of this.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Can you just guide this up all the way?
What's that?
Can you just guide this the rest of the way up all the way?
Yeah, sure. Fly. Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
And here I am struggling to get up despite her helping me. And now I'm just going to contemplate my life for a little bit. Take a deep breath, look around.
And one thing that she said in the original video where she was talking about this experience is that she almost like after this experience almost left the gym, right? But she ended up continuing her workout. And through that, she realized that, you know, not a bunch of people were pointing at her. No one was laughing at her. She was able to get through her workout and it was fine, right? But she said, like, if she would have left right after this and went home, she probably would have never went back to the gym. And like, when she said that, I feel that, right? Because I've had similar experiences. I've had very, very embarrassing stuff happen to me in the gym that made me not ever want to work out, right? I've talked about this before, but when I was a freshman in high school, I tried out for the football team. We did drills outside, and then we went into the weight room. I had never lifted before. They put 135 pounds on my back, told me to squat. I couldn't do it. Then the other guys were saying, you're the biggest person here and you can't even squat that. What's the point of you being here? I ended up leaving, right? And I never tried out for football again. It was like it's like one of my biggest regrets in life, because I loved football when I was growing up and I wanted to play, but I couldn't get myself to try out again, right? And so like, I understand that feeling. And so I'm really proud of her for pushing through, and it's something I wish I would have done when I was younger. So I fully get it. I fully understand.
And, you know, nobody's watching me. Nobody is seeing me struggle. So I just need to get the fuck up. So it's ugly, it's not cute, but we're up. And I didn't leave. I wanted to leave in that moment, but I had more that I needed to get done.
Hell yeah.
So I did my squats, and then we were done with the strength portion of the gym. So about 20 minutes of strength, and then I had to do 13 minutes on the treadmill. Like I said, I wanted to leave, but I knew if I had left, I would have never came back.
Yep.
So I stayed and I finished my workout. This is me after the gym. I gotta get home.
I just love seeing like the accomplishment that you can see on her face. Like, yes, it was scary, and it was obviously, I hope that she doesn't have to deal with that again, obviously, right? But like, you can see the accomplishment on her face, and for me, that's what it's all about.
So Michelle can get to work, but I fucking did it. It's 6:21 in the morning.
Bro, and she's waking up at like 5 a.m. to get to the gym. Like, she's putting in the work. Like that's, yeah, good work, man.
Let's see. Let's fucking see. Hang on. Bear with me. I've burned 661 calories, and I've exercised for 39 minutes. So, you can hear me wheezing. Yeah, I went to the gym.
And I just really wanted to share those two stories, because I think that what Caitlyn doing is incredibly brave, and everything that she's sharing, I think it's just a really good reminder of, like, regardless of how far gone you might think you are, there you can always work on yourself, right? And you can always improve things. And even that, it's not going to be perfect, right? Like, you're gonna have embarrassing moments in the gym, but that happens to everyone, and it's not the end of the world. And so, like, Caitlyn, if you're watching this, I just want to say, I know that you've watched my videos before. I'm really proud of you, and I know that a lot of people in my community are proud of you. They're all rooting for you. I think that what you're doing is incredible, and I'm really happy that you are continuing to push through, and you are putting in the hard work, and there's no one that can, there's no one that can disagree with that, in my opinion. And so keep up the good work. I'm really, really proud of you. But if you enjoyed the video, let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.